Hey there, it is This is the Bronx TV. We are Facebook Live this afternoon, a Friday afternoon. You're going to really love this. We are at Focal Point Gallery. It is Ron Terner and Focal Point Gallery's 44th anniversary, and there is this just incredible exhibit. I'm going to call them models or mannequins, I really don't know what, of women's shapes, and each one is custom made and unique. And now my friend Ron Terner is going to come in. First of all, congratulations, 44 years of Focal Point Gallery. Do you remember anything about the first day or first week and when it opened and why it opened?
Oh, yes, I do. I even have an image of myself 44 years ago on the wall living in the back of my very first gallery, which was on City Island, 296, which didn't have any heat or hot water. And I lived in the back, and that's how I survived.
Yeah, you look like an old lady in a rocking chair. That's nice.
Camped out in the back. And I opened up the gallery to exhibit my work, and I didn't like the scene in Manhattan, and I wanted to have a venue to be able to show my work. So I created Focal Point in the beginning just to show my work. And then later I realized there were other artists like myself who needed the same venue, and I opened up my doors to other artists to be able to exhibit their work. And so I would change the shows every month with a new exhibition from different artists.
And you still do that?
I still do that.
So 1974 is what we're talking about.
September 1974, when the gallery was ready, I took the summer to get it all together because it was a dump. I mean, it was really, the space was in bad shape. It was ready in September, and I opened up the doors with my work.
And now it's really one of the best places of any sort in the borough of the Bronx. So we could talk about all of the 44 years, and I could ask Ron about what it was like, but I really want to get to this. Is just let's start out with this young lady over here. Tell me a little bit about how you created this. What was the what could you have been thinking other than about women's bodies?
Well, it was something that I had experimented with throughout the years. The first one that was somewhat successful was in the 80s, which is that piece over there.
Okay.
I tried to do that in the dark room, printed on rice paper. Remember, I'm still a photographer, and I sensitized rice paper, took a mannequin and put paper pulp on it, pulled it off, put resin on it, and tried to get the rice paper to take some kind of form with the drapery on the piece. And I continued doing that, let it go for a while, got involved in other things. And with the invention of digital, and I got very involved in it, again, photographically, I started to think about what I was doing in the 80s, and I decided to try my hand at it again with the new material.
And the new technology. So then, and each one now, let's just move around because we don't want to stay with this one. Now look at this one. I'm going to get out of the way here. This one, it's like a map. Come on into the shot here. I don't want to angle it.
What I'm doing is volunteers, people who like my work, and people I've worked with throughout the years. I will do a body casting. They have to put on mineral oil, and then I put on the plaster gauze. Once they're covered front and back, I figured out the technique of cutting it off, hanging it to dry, and then I will go back. I take a shot of them, of course, before, and use that photograph as a template to create a design or a pattern that I want to put then onto the body. I will print.
I'm going to move around. Go ahead.
I will print that and then coat it with an acrylic matte medium and cut into it carefully, soak it in water, and then peel it off. So I've got a skin. It's a very fine membrane that I can then put on top of the body casting.
Okay, so I want to show people as many as we can. I mean, like this one, I happen to love the colors of this one. Tell me about creating the colors. Now, are you painting these? Are these dyed? And do you create that before you cover it? Like you say, this is what it's going to look like? Or do you put it up and then you make a design of some sort?
First will be the body casting. Of course, first the photograph before I do the body casting. Then I will go to the computer and sample a lot of different textures and patterns and designs and create my own from all those samplings, or sometimes cut and make my own collage, photograph that, get it into the computer, and through layering, creating the designs and the patterns and the colors that you see. How does each one end up with the pattern and the design?
That's what the artist does. That's what he does.
It's just intuitive.
Yeah. And I just want to show people now. Ron, you come over here if you would. This young lady here. There are 19 different images. How long does each one take?
Well, to do a casting, I've gotten really fast at it. So it takes about 45 minutes.
Wow.
To do a casting. And then it takes a while for me to come up with the design that I want. And then once I have the design, I have to do multiple prints. And then it takes me a few days to do the photo transfer onto the casting.
Why don't you get some pictures up there while we talk? The women all gave permission. I don't know.
Yes. These are all volunteers. No one's a professional model. They're people who I know, or people who have been recommended to me from friends who have experienced this, and their friends have said, gee, I would love to try that. And they see my work, and they like the work, and they want to be part of the creative process.
And I should mention that this is actually, at this moment, one of the reasons, I want to go on camera here when we say this, one of the reasons that we're doing this right now is that this is an exclusive. We are the first people to walk through this gallery, because tonight, Friday night, September 7th, is the opening at 7 o'clock. So we're here a couple hours earlier, and Facebook Live is getting the first live look, your exclusive look at this. And we're going to invite everybody to come here for the opening. Then it's going to be available for a period of time.
I'm going to keep this up for 2 months. It was such an undertaking. I got carried away. I didn't expect to do 19, and then at the same time, it's 2 shows in one. Up on the walls, what had happened was the people who volunteered would have to wash off the mineral oil and the plaster, so they would have to take a shower. And at that point, they're more than comfortable with me photographing them in the shower. And I was able to get a whole series of shower images that I was very happy with. And I thought there was an interesting relationship between the shower pictures and the sculptures, because it was part of the same process.
Part of the process, but also a progression of some sort. Now, let's be real. You can even get the prices on the wall over here. These are all for sale.
Everything is for sale. I got to try to make back my material money.
So they're all for sale. And so, like this one up here on the wall, this is a shower curtain, right?
I figured that she's taking a shower. It would be interesting to put her pictures onto a shower curtain.
Well,
a lot of them were taken through shower curtain.
I got to touch it. So it's an actual shower curtain. Wow.
And others I put on burlap. I've been doing a lot of photo transfers onto all kinds of material, like the plaster. But I also like the strong texture of the burlap.
I got to tell you, that shower curtain really it's a fascinating thing, because if you look at like somebody's shower doors, and it's like if you're looking through the doors, that is what it looks like. Well, these are just extraordinary. There are 19 of them. They're fascinating. Have you gotten responses from some of the models?
Oh, they're all very excited about it. I made an invitation for each sculpture, so there's 19 individual invitations. I sent it to the people who worked with me, and the response was that they were very excited and very happy. And I think a lot of the people who helped me in my creating will be here.
Well, that's so. We wanted the exclusive. I'm sorry.
And I gotta thank. When I moved everything in, I was kind of worried if there was going to be room for the people to come and see the work, but my friend Warren Sonberg came in from Costa Rica. He's a sculptor. he helped me, and my wife, Susan, came and helped me set up the exhibition. So they, in a way, they curated the show.
Let's you and me, we're going to stand here, you on that side and me on this side, or maybe we're going to need to stand together. And we're going to, do they have names? Do you give them names? Like Zelda is here.
Names are the people.
People's names, yeah.
Which I'm not going to give out.
So I will say to my friend Ron, thank you for all the years of friendship,
Yes,
certainly.
and thank you
most
for
important.
what you do. I appreciate it.
And congratulations on 44 years of Focal Point Gallery. We are on City Island Avenue. What's the number?
321 City Island Avenue, Focal Point Gallery. Tonight from 7 to 10, there will be refreshments. Will be the grand opening.
But you can come by any time for 2 months.
For 2 months, and I'm open every day.
From when to when?
I am open from 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
And I guess the final question is, we always say, why do we do this? Because
Because this is the Bronx.